All right, welcome back to We're the Game. We're going to talk about the Dallas New York Giants game, which ended up being a pretty competitive, interesting game in many ways. Those two teams often play each other pretty hard. I'll kick things off. For me as a Cowboys fan, it's always good to get a win. So that's the high point. Uh, I think with that being said, I think the Giants played a pretty good game overall. Um, Malik Neighbors is the real deal. I mean, I think that's one of the things that's been really evident in every game. But he is amazing. He is a lot of fun to watch. He's not fun to watch playing against him, but he looks amazing, and he is their offense. He is their offense. My hat's off to him. I hope he recovers quickly and is okay. But yeah, that's probably the summary for the Giants is that they looked really good in the passing game. From the Cowboys standpoint, I think the biggest concern I have is still the whole no commitment to the running game. I'll complain about this now instead of waiting to talk about the picks for the upcoming weeks and all that. But yeah, every game I watch Derrick Henry run, it's just another moment of just what did we not do here? I actually felt like Rico Dowdle had a good game running. He only got 11 opportunities, but he ran for 46 yards. I really don't understand why there's not a little bit more commitment to establishing the run and kind of building on him. He also had a great pass that he caught and ran convincingly, I think for a touchdown that got called back. I just think that there's an opportunity for us to make our offense more multidimensional, and that would have been nice because Dak's numbers in many ways look good. I think he was 22 of 27 with 200 yards passing. He had a couple touchdowns. But I don't feel like this game should have been a 5-point difference game. I think we should have been able to put up more points against the Giants and really kind of got things going. So the running game is a real concern. Dak was okay, but he wasn't great. We did win this game, but we lost. And the way that we lost is DeMarcus Lawrence is going to be out for some period of time. So that's a problem. And now I'm not 100% sure that we know exactly where Micah Parsons is, how dinged up he is coming out of that game. So that's going to be interesting. I don't think it was exactly from a chasing down the quarterback standpoint, it wasn't exactly their best game anyway. You can see that from a defensive coordinator's side, that the focus on the game was we're going to shut down the run and maybe not take so much abuse from fans like me who are really frustrated about that. And I would say that they did that. They did that extremely well. The Giants ran 24 attempts for 26 yards. It was they did a great job there. I'm going to be very concerned going forward with both of our defensive ends kind of laid up for a minute. We'll see how bad that goes. And yeah, I just want to see the defense hold it together, kind of going forward while we're banged up. That's kind of my overall quick take. Again, it's always good to get a win, especially against a division rival. It's felt like this one was a little close still. I still don't feel like we're clicking on offense yet, but a little closer to that. What was your take on this one?
A lot of what you said. Weird things that stood out. It was weird not to get after Daniel Jones more. Just one sack from, I think it was D-Law. It was, it's great and all, but as you said, he got hurt. And Michael Parsons not being able to figure out, this sounds like I'm being unfair to him, maybe I am, but a new strategy. His strategy seems to be super, super fast, burst off of there. Someone holds him, and then he can't get home. And then he gets up, and he's mad about getting held all the time. But the league clearly does not care. They have made it clear for about 20 games now that they're going to let him hold. maybe not every time. They will get called some for it, but they're just not, the old Seattle adage, they're not going to call holding every play. So you can't let Micah get 6 sacks. So that's what they have to do. I'd love to see his game evolve. I'm not really asking him to do that mid-season. But just as time goes on, there's clearly a formula for keeping him human. And it's disappointing to see because Daniel Jones is usually right for the pick.
Sure.
As you say, for the Giants, Malik Neighbors is their offense, and Malik Neighbors is hurt. It doesn't look like it's long-term hurt. He came down hard on the turf and got a concussion that way, not a helmet-to-helmet smash, as I recall. So, not that those are necessarily better or worse. It's just, this is not some dirty play by some other player. It's just he came down hard. Hopefully he'll come back this coming week, but I would be prepared to be without him. It's just kind of the norm. It's like a 5-step process to get out of concussion protocol, and he's still pretty early in it now, on Wednesday. So we'll see. But without him, man, their offense is not scary at all. This game kind of lies a little bit in one way. We talked last week about the Cowboys do not have a run game. You don't have a run offense. You don't have a run defense. Well, this made it look like, your run offense is pretty lackluster, but your run defense, hey, you will have 26 yards on 24 carries for 1.1 per, and it's just like, y'all are elite. I just think you ran into a team with the worst rush offense that you have. The Giants need Saquon more than Saquon needed them. That's the truth here. So so there's that. In a game where you were able to get out in front early, you scored touchdowns on 2 of your first 3 drives, I believe, and that allowed you to play with the lead for long enough to play your game, and it kept the Giants passing. They made enough mistakes. You only have a few points out there on the board. It was weird to see Brandon Aubrey miss one.
Yeah, it is.
It's going to happen every once in a while. I guess we can forgive that. But you left some points out there. You were pretty conservative production-wise. Like they went into don't make mistakes after that. Just don't give the game away. Take the points they're giving you, and it worked. I can't discredit what clearly worked, but hats off to them for not turning the ball over.
Yeah,
because the Giants do have a pretty good defense. So that's not nothing. So we'll see. It was not an ugly win, just a lackluster win for the Cowboys. It's kind of what I've come to see it as. This was just, you had a real chance to make a statement here, and you did not make a statement, but you were also efficient with how you won. So we'll see what they do moving forward. I don't see any reason for much encouragement on the whole run game thing. I agree with you. They kind of got to force the ball to Rico Dowdle and even Ezekiel Elliott a little bit more. Can still see a trade happening with some team at some point. Don't have any idea who for, but we'll see. So I'm interested to see going into week 5 how Dallas is going to do. Because they got a big game, but we'll see. Any closing thoughts on Dallas? Do you want to move into the next one?
My last thoughts is just, when we come out of games, it's like, did I see the team get better? Did I see the team stay the same? And coming out of this game, we got weaker, right? Just from the defensive side of the ball. And so, I think that's my closing thought is just, the concern going forward is like, man, we really need the offense not to be in this gear when we go into the next game. We need them to play a little bit more risk so that we can try to stay ahead, because our defense is going to, even if the next guy steps up and does a great job, we're going to be a little unbalanced, I would think, going into the next game. So we'll see what goes, but not a bad game. Good win. I'll take it. But looking forward to seeing how we do